Hello everybody, welcome to Sector 1 Sim Racing on this absolutely gorgeous Thursday evening, wherever you are, of course, over the border in New Zealand, as I like to call the border, over the ditch, or whether you're watching here in Australia. We welcome you tonight to the first round of the Community Series, and we're looking very much forward to getting this one underway. We've changed and chopped a few things around compared to last season's Community Series, and we're not going to have one car for the entirety of the season, which makes things a little bit intriguing. For the first round, we're going to have the absolutely gorgeous Ferrari F8 Tributo, 710 horsepower at 8,000 RPM. It's scary to drive, rear-wheel drive, of course, mid-engine, the successor to the absolutely gorgeous Ferrari 488. And it's going to be a very intriguing race to watch, especially here at Lago Maggiore. It is a track famous for causing drama, and in a car that is very, very wild, we can't wait to see what it does. As we go to the track map now. Oh, wrong track map. We'll gloss over that. I should say, ladies and gentlemen, that we do have an absolutely brand new comms box, but unfortunately, it's just not finished yet. And joining me tonight in his painter's suit is Captain Muffin, aka Aiden. Are you there, Muff?
I am there, Brent, aka Karen. Good afternoon, good evening, good night to everyone here and yourself as well. Hope you're all doing well and are excited as we are for another awesome night of racing. The Community Series is back, people.
Yeah, and I'm sorry that we've had to put our painter's overalls on. The comms box is not currently finished yet, so the stream might look a little bit different, not as polished or refined. Still working on a few things, and still waiting for a couple of things to happen. We're still waiting for the paint to go up, and the soundproofing here in the comms box is a bit woeful. Literally, we've just got plasterboard, I think, that's just protecting us from the outside elements. But anyway, we'll gloss over that, and this comps box actually wasn't commissioned by Lenocious or Adam, so if they've only just found out tonight, I do apologise. It's just nice to be having some fun times in the admin lounge. Anyway, yeah, Lago Maggiore, 17 corners and 5.8 kilometres. It's an absolutely blistering track, and we might get these guys underway, I reckon, Muff. If we want to fire down to the track, we will get things started.
I think it's about that time, Karen. For the first time this season, the big red button is about to get pushed. I hope you're ready for this one. The Ferrari at an Italian track. What more can you ask for here at the Sector 1 Sim Racing Community Series?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm looking very much forward to seeing what this car can truly do here at this track. It is a track that causes a lot of chaos, and, well, a car that is very, very... It's brutal to drive, it really is. So, sports soft tyres, I believe, might be the agenda. But we will, yeah, I think that might be the case, Muff.
Yep, certainly are. Sports soft tyres for these guys. Being a road car, not putting race car tyres on these. Grip isn't all there, but it does mean they can slide the cars a bit without just sort of snapping back on them all the time. Which, a track like this is both a blessing and a curse. This is very much a downforcey circuit. A lot of fast flowing corners where you want the car to have grip so you can plant the car and continue on. But overall, it should create a good night of racing, sort of forcing drivers to sort of be more patient when they're braking and throttle turning, and also a lot smoother as well. Jerking the wheels just going to cause mass understeer, scrub the front tyres, which would be great entertainment for you guys watching at home, for us here in the comms box. But overall, we do want to see some really fast drivers, some really good, clean quality drivers, puts on some action for us here.
So we might just see who's at the front of the queue, and it is, of course, John, the racer for Lightning Motorsport, who's decided to get behind one of these, and he's made no bones about it. He likes this car quite a lot. Very, very comfortable for his driving style, and I'm intrigued to see what pace he sort of wants to dictate with tonight. We'll wait and see, as we'll just go back up the front. Oh wait, no, he was up the front. Let me have a look. We're all over the place here. So we've got ESR Renegade, aka last year's runner-up to Division 4, ISA Renegade. He's got a beautiful looking, as you see, the front end just lifts straight down to NASCAR. Absolutely gorgeous livery though, as he goes a little bit wide. We've got Slow Wheels, aka Speedy Tyres. He's driving a Ferrari F8 Tributo for someone. You can tell we're back at the playground, ladies and gentlemen. It's a brand new season. as we've got the stranger who's decided to jump in, and this is everything to do with the community series in terms of the car choices, the way the cars look in terms of the basic liveries. This is his baby, and tell you what, he's onto an absolute winner with this. Got Killer on the loose, another driver for Lightning Motorsports. Very, very green livery, and I think there's only been one properly green liveried Ferrari like that, and I might be wrong, but it was JK's Ferrari, LaFerrari, I believe. As Faf just sits behind him at the moment. Faf's decided to jump in. He's looking very, very much forward to driving this, as someone's just gone absolutely smack bang into the wall. Not sure who it is. Hearing a toot. As you can see, sideways goes Hellcat. Hellcat, he did the Motorsport Australia Esports Challenge, I believe, last season. Be one to...
I believe he did, but I'll have to double check the information myself, I will admit.
As we see Heafy82 here. Now, Heafy, make no bones about it, he was excited to get behind the wheel of the Tributo. It's a car that seems to gel with him quite well in terms of his driving style and technique. As Hellcat's gone off, Diswood's gone past, so Woody, of course, dropping for Brocky 05 Sim Racing, and I don't know what to make of that design, but we'll roll with it. We'll roll with it. We've got Debrev, who's going to be driving for someone in the Ferrari F8 Tributo. He looks very comfortable there through Verbano. There's Debrev. We've got Cutaway Post, who's also driving a Ferrari F8 Tributo. Looking very much comfortable behind the wheel tonight. His first Community Series event, so thanks to all the brand new faces that we're seeing for jumping behind the wheel tonight. I'll actually have to turn that one off for a sec. There we go. And you can hear from the horn, Mighty Morgan Davey, as he gets a lot of front-end lift over the hill into NASCAR. And that car has been Skippy McGee all day. And making an appearance tonight, the Hall of Famer, the former owner of Blacklight Motorsport, the guy who has put the shoes up, well, or so we thought until tonight. It is the good doctor, as Speedy Tyres has set a 2022, so we might just jump on board. And Muffin, do you want to run us through this track, if you like?
I certainly can. We'll stick on board with Speedy Tyres here as he goes through turns 1 and 2, henceforth known as Tiramisu, into Ariete, if I'm pronouncing that right, which is turn 3, turn 4, Checo, down the long straight here to the hairpin, Castelli Grande. If I'm pronouncing these names wrong, I sincerely apologise. I do not speak Italian, I speak Australian. Now, like it nice and easy on the Yankees here, mate. Too much brake pressure and the rear wants to step out, especially as you turn in while braking. Gentle on the throttle, trying for a layer apex, don't hit the grass as you come up to, in my opinion, the scariest part of the track, Verbano. Turn 6, 7, 8, very fast chicane, very tricky to get right in my opinion, and you can go quick with it. If you make out the end of that, you got a nice long straight coming up, as he nearly loses it there. Oh, that was close there. Down the big long straight, 800 metre long straight here, longest straight on the track, coming down to, well, first it's going to get lift off here, down the hill, into NASCAR. One of my favourite corners in this track. So a corner you can just absolutely throw the car into, and it will come out the other end just fine almost every time. Got turns 13 and 12, I should say. Curva Alpha, nice little left-right chicane. Looks easy on paper, but can be very difficult if you get the line wrong. Down to 14 and 15, corner capo. Nice double right-hander, which you can do with only one movement of the steering wheel if you get the line just right, but it is tricky. Turn 16, Lambrusco, if I'm pronouncing that right. Once again, I apologise if I'm not. Down to the last corner, one of the trickiest ones on the track, Corsa. It entices you to get on the throttle early, but if you do, it'll steer you straight to that wall. It's about being patient, and that there is a lap of the Lago Maggiore GP circuit, everyone.
And he set a 201.3 to just go nearly a second clear of the timesheets there. That's going to take some beating as Heafy drops a 202.5 to put himself P3. That is a brilliant time.
That's a very good time there from Heafy there. 1.1 seconds off the pole and 2.5 tenths more or less behind Woody in P2. That is a great time.
Yep, and you can see just on stream at the moment, the graphics are not quite here as well. So as we said earlier in the stream, this comm box is still being built, but we've got the bare essentials to get it running tonight. Looking very much forward to seeing this refreshing new comms box by the track, actually. It's going to be very, very comfortable as Hellcat sets a 2.15.3 and Cutaway a 2.11. This is going to be a track that you can tell is really going to play into the hands of the guys that like a bit of a floaty rear end, something that can go a little bit sideways as Fat goes through Vivano. He's got a good hold on this as well, and he'll be one to keep an eye on after his big run in Division 1 on the weekend.
Certainly will be without a doubt. And just thinking ahead as well, I've got a feeling lap 1 going down the back straight toward NASCAR. Cars on the slipstream, they're already getting enough lift off the ground on their own, but with a slipstream, cars here might actually take off if they had wings. They just go in a NASCAR, and any lap with 2 or more cars is going to be absolute chaos, and I'm keen for it.
Oh, you can see Faf just there struggling as he goes through Curver Alpha. He's 2.5 tenths up. But seems like Speedy Tyres, aka Slow Wheels, has really got a handle on this car at the moment.
Definitely. I do know for a fact that Speedy Tyres is a Ferrari fanboy, more often than not wearing a Ferrari cap to most of the race meets he goes to around New South Wales and beyond. Let's see, across the line here, it does improve his time, but gets pretty darn close. Faf just behind him coming up to the new lap here. Currently best at 203.1, does 2 tenths better, 202.9. Doesn't improve his position, but does improve the time.
Morgan Davey in the top 5 as well. Can't believe the top 5 split by 2 whole seconds. It's just unbelievable how quick Speedy's been able to get on top of that Ferrari.
Very much. He must be familiar with Italian cars that don't like to handle properly and just go fast in a straight line. I'm not sure where he might get that from, as Morgan just improves his time as well. Goes 0.03 of a second behind Faf there with a 202.9 as well. As Dobrev goes off the circuit just there at turn 1. Waits for everyone to go by. Nice sportsmanship there, Dobrev.
On board now with the good doctor as he's getting accustomed to this car. And one thing that I do want to think about in terms of the good doctor, he has been able to see it for a while. Pops himself up to P8 with a 206.437. And I wonder if he's got a little bit of ring rust at this point, because he has been out of the seat for quite a while.
He certainly has been, as John goes to P3 with a 202.3. He's in the hunt now, just behind his mate Woody. But yeah, you're very much right. I think you do get a little bit rusty when it comes to your sim racing when you take a break, but very much when you do it as a hobby for any length of time, it almost becomes like you're riding a bike. You don't truly forget everything. You just don't pick up on things as quickly as you do.
Woody's gone! Woody's gone! So he had a big moment coming off the hill. This will be the final lap for Speedy Tyres, who's gone very wide. Oh, goes through Lambrusco, basically clips the grass. He's able to save it, but is he on a heater? That's all we need to know. I don't think he's going to get a better lap. No, he's not.
No improvement there. Woody won't improve. That guarantees him no pole. Let's see, John. He's the only real person I can see putting the challenge to Speed at this point. As he gives us a little beep of the horn as he drives by, going down the back straight towards NASCAR. Let's see what the sector split is like. He's down by 6.5 tenths. He's out of it. He's gone.
Eyes on with Morgan now at the moment. Heafy's just improved his time.
Yep, so the Stranger there. Stranger now piecing.
Oh, Morgan sideways out of Corsa too, and he's barely able to save it. That's going to be his lap done. That cost him big time.
Very loose indeed as Dobrev comes down to the checker flag here. Currently best 205, and that won't be an improvement this time around, unfortunately.
Looks like there's still a couple of runners though. The good doctor, is he up at the moment? No, he's down by 18 seconds, so that'll definitely be his lap down.
Yeah, we've got Hellcat and Carly Post coming to the line, and unfortunately neither of them improve. Split by a mere, what's that, 0.3 of a second, 12th and 13th. That's not too bad at all. You'd love to see it.
So we'll just come on board with the good doctor now, who I think is going to be the last last car to set a lap at the moment, and he's well and truly down, but God, that's a spectacular looking thing.
That is very nice. I never thought tyre power sponsoring a Ferrari would look so good, but he has done a good job of that car.
Oops, so yeah, Woody's all done, looks like, and I think there's one more that's done. Yep, Killer's done as well. So
yeah. That's qualifying run and done here for Sector 1 at the Community Series. Speedy Tyres has come back with a vengeance, claiming pole position. Well done to him.
That's scary. And he was able to do it so quickly as well. That's the scariest bit about it.
Yeah, very much so. His first lap could very much just have gotten in the pole. Didn't need to do the rest of them, but he just kept going, extended that gap, and look at that. Nearly a whole second between him and Woody in P2.
Yep, that's just scary stuff. So we'll gloss over our qualifying results. And as you can see, Speedy Tyres nearly a second clear from Diswood. John in P3, Heafy in P4. Great showing in his first Community Series race out. Faf in 5th. Morgan Davey in P6 in a car that suits him. That's a bit of a surprise. The Stranger in P7. Debrev in 8th. Killer on the Loose in P9. The Good Doctor in 10th position. Renegade in 11th. Cutaway Post in 12th. And Hellcat will bring up the rear of the field. But oh boy, Speedy Tyres, he's gonna be very, very difficult to beat, I'd say.
I think you're absolutely right there, mate. It's going to be challenging for everyone else to beat him, but qualifying and racing are two completely different elements, and a good qualifying car doesn't make a good race car. For all we know, Speedy could very much fall to the back off the first lap here. But we'll see what happens.
One thing I've noticed about this car as well is the fact that the F8 it's quicker in a straight line down to NASCAR than the NSX that we use for the main game, which is absolutely nuts. So I think the boys were hitting near 300 km an hour at one stage.
Yep, I think looking at the qualifying, I did see that number almost come up a few times there, which when you're driving the car with more power and less downforce, even though they're on less grippier tyres, when you're going straight, doesn't know what tyres you're on, you're still going to go quickly.
Alrighty, so strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get underway here at Lago Maggiore.
Right, big red button has been pushed. Drivers are making their way to the grid as we go racing for the first time this season in the Sector 1 Sim Racing Community Series. Oh, I'm hyped. I'm excited.
I'm actually genuinely looking forward to this as we have a look and see who is where. There's already a blue flag for some weird reason coming up, but we'll just ignore that.
Blue flags don't exist in the Community Series. I'm joking. That's a joke.
And they're off. And Speedy Tyres, massive amount of wheel spin to get off the line. See the whole field behind him. Are we going to see any chaos? Oh, there's a couple of bumps across.
There's contact. Stranger, Killer, and Morgan all making contact there. I think Morgan was the worst off from that one, unfortunately. And there's still contact going in the turn too.
Oh, these boys need to start playing nice. You can see some marks on the Stranger's car there. Heafy's dropped a position. Stranger's actually had a very strong start. And you can hear a couple of horns already. There's a couple of disgruntled drivers. There's Killer on the Loose in P8.
Yep. Stranger and Renegade getting a bit dicey there as Renegade loses position to Killer now and is about losing to Morgan possibly. No, Hellcat, sorry, my apologies.
Hellcat's had a very strong start, starting from 13th already up to P8. What a start.
Doing a very good job there.
But one thing we've known about these cars is they're very, very tricky at the best of times, as Hellcat just gives Morgan a little bit of a touch-up. Looks like Morgan's got a little bit of damage on that right rear.
All the cars are still very close together for the most part, which is very good to see. And now we come to the run down to NASCAR. Now I want to see how this all goes. This is going to be the most challenging part for a lot of drivers here. Everyone seems to be making it through.
Oh, you saw Woody hit 294 kilometers an hour down the back straight. That is absolutely insane.
Yeah, as we got a battle here of P4 and P5. Faf doing the over-under. Heafy going for the over-under, my apologies. On Faf at the exit of NASCAR. Couldn't make it stick though, and Heafy has got a penalty, unfortunately. That's going to drop him back into the clutches of the Stranger come next lap.
Oh no, we don't want to see that. as Heafy's actually got a half a second penalty. Oh, gee whiz. That's going to be tricky.
Yep, that may or may not be what I just said, but that's okay.
Yep. You can tell we're back at the playground as Morgan and Killer here are getting a little bit cute. At the end of the first lap, it's Speedy Tyres leading the way, and it looks like he's leading comfortably at this point. But the battle to keep an eye on at the moment, Killer v Morgan. As Killer thinks about sending it up the inside, and he absolutely bamboozles the stranger.
Oh, wow. And Killer's in the mix there as well.
The stranger's not here to make friends tonight. Either was Killer. That was a send from. Oh,
that's still too wide.
As they go through Checo now, and yeah, that was very aggressive there from Killer on the loose, making the positioner. Sent it from a long way back.
Wow, wait, what?
Oh, and the stranger's gone sideways. He's going to go off. Is he going to be able to hold it? A lot of smoke coming off the left rear of that beautiful F8 Tributo.
Managed to save it though, carries it on.
Yep, and it looks like we'll go back up the front, but it looks like Speedy Tyres hasn't been able to get fully clear of Woody yet. 1.1 seconds to the good.
Very much. I do feel as if the cars are spread out a little bit, but I wouldn't say the battle is over yet. Currently gap now 1.3, but there's still a long race to go as Woody does go decent eggs out of that NASCAR hairpin. But Speedy got a better one. Look at that gap going up. 1.4 seconds now.
Oh, we just saw in the background there Morgan make a move on Killer, and it did not work. There's a lot of... Oh, Stranger's gone!
Yep, so is Thundercat by the looks of it. Or Hellcat, not Thundercat. What am I saying?
And you can hear the horn from the stranger. I reckon he's been absolutely bamboozled somewhere along the line.
Yep, now Stranger's got Renegade to deal with here. Both of them in Div 3, if I'm not mistaken now. Racing now on this track as well as they did last weekend.
As the Good Doctor's run wide as well, and he's P8 at the moment, doing a fantastic job.
For a bloke who hasn't done racing for a long time, definitely doing a great job.
Yeah, apparently 2 minutes 14 behind he is from Killer, but we know that's not to be true, as Woody has set the fastest lap of the race with a 2:01.874. 2/10 quicker than Speedy Tyres at the moment. That is fantastic pace.
That is really quick there from Woody in P2. Knowing that he's got that fastest lap is going to motivate him to go quicker and try and catch up to Speedy. Knowing that he has got the pace to keep up or even catch up.
Yeah,
Speedy, that'd be enough motivation for him.
And Speedy's gone purple in the first sector here, so he's well and truly trying to get away. He's trying to bolt.
Yep, Woody is also going purple. I'm not sure what the difference is between the cars in P1 and P2, but for the moment at least, both cars are getting quicker.
Now, it looks like there's a big battle pack brewing here for the last three places on the grid at the moment. Hellcat, the Stranger, and Renegade. And Stranger, I don't think is going to be here to make friends in this one. He's been boxed around quite a bit in this opening stint, as Hellcat's run very wide, and Renegade follows him. Stranger will say, thank you very much, I'll take the chocolates, but he's also clipped the grass, and he's going to run sideways through Verbano. He's managed to save it, but now comes the hard graft. He's got to go and put in the effort, and he's got to find 2.6 seconds, and the gap is dropping pretty quickly, though.
Very much it is, and these cars must be an absolute handful for these guys. Honestly, like, just looking at the cars, how twitchy they are, how little grip they have, and how little brakes they have, to be honest with you. Like, it doesn't feel like a car that want to stop too quickly for you. Like,
yeah, and I think
these guys are doing it.
I think one big thing at the moment is the fact that these guys are driving cars that are probably a bit unfamiliar to them, and you can tell the guys that have practiced because they're able to just put the car when they want it. They might not be going full pace, but they're definitely put a few laps through. And yeah, it looks like the Good Doctor's actually catching up to Killer, who's gone off. Being able to grab it back at Lambrusco. It goes through Corsa, though. It's compromised his line.
Yeah, gap now between Killer and Good Doc, 1.2 seconds and dropping. I reckon our lap time we could have a battle here.
Yep, I think that's going to be a fantastic little battle to watch as top three here, 4.1 seconds across them, but with this car being as twitchy as it is...
Yeah, we've also got Woody in P2 with a 0.5 second penalty. John is licking his lips now as Woody goes off. Woody has made a mistake.
Oh, no!
My.
And he's gone wide. That's going to allow John to have a bit of a look.
It certainly is. Well, John doesn't need to have a look. Once Woody serves that penalty, John can say, see you later, alligator, I'm out of here.
Oh, John's sort of showing the nose a little bit. He really wants to get this done. They're letting Speedy go right now.
Yep, gap now to Speedy, 4.3 seconds.
And it's only growing as well.
You can just chuck cruise control at this point, mate. Just 7th gear cruise control and relax all the way to the end.
And there goes John. Woody's had to serve the penalty. Look at the air they get from the lift on the front end that they get. It reminds us of all of the old Ford GT40s that the first models, they had the fuel tank in the front, and as the car got lighter through its fuel load, it would go over through the mole sand straight. Basically, the front end would lift. So, yeah, a bit terrifying. There's a little fact for you guys. Speaking of the guys in chat, there's quite a few in tonight. It's good to see. Levenspiel's in the chat. Snake Eyes, Beaver, Revs is in the chat as well. Budsy, Prua, and Dadson. We hope you are well tonight, guys. Make sure you smash that like button. As in our sort of derelicty style brand new comms box, we are just seeing Speedy Tyres skip away to the tune of 5.3 seconds at the moment.
Yeah, and also as well, looking back, Woody has picked up another 0.5 second penalty, so that gap to John is only going to get bigger now. Currently 0.9 of a second. I reckon when you serve that penalty, it might hit 2.5.
Fastest lap at the race at the moment goes to Speedy Tyres with a 2:01.667. That is brutal race pace.
That is mental. It's only a few tenths of a second off his qualifying time, which is utterly astounding.
So, oh, we've got on board. Killer on the Loose has spun. He's gone straight in front of Renegade there. Had nowhere to go. Oh,
now he's in front of Stranger. Oh, no, contact again.
Oh, no. Killer on the Loose just absolutely nowhere. We jumped on board at the right time there, and looks like, yeah, Killer tried to box on with everybody around him and ended up coming up for second best. So, and he's gone wide already at turn 1. Stranger's got damage left, right, and centre on the front of that car. Renegade and Hellcat now, they could skip away here if they're smart about it. They'll work together and try and go up to P9.
Yep, Carway Post P9, very much no man's land at this point. If he can just settle into his rhythm, he should be alright to sneak away here, possibly catch Debrev, but that is a pretty big challenge. I feel Debrev is a nice, consistent operator on the grid in Division 4 here at Sector 1. But Carway Post, I have not seen too much of him in the past. He may be the next distinct Andrew in the making, who knows?
And Cutaway Post is looking pretty quick at the moment. He's just set a 2:09 for his last lap, so he's just trying to find that consistency in the car. But he hasn't made any mistakes yet. It's good to see. As Debrev and the good Doc just sort of just having a little battle of their own at the moment. 3.4 seconds. But they've let Faf skip away. Faf has basically in a league of his own at the moment. He's P6. Morgan Davey in 5th. He's got to find 3.5 seconds to Heafy in P4.
Currently, Faf is sort of matching the pace of Morgan and P5, so really, if Faf needs to turn it up, I think, if he wants to stand a chance to catch him Morgan. But hey, we'll see what happens. I'll see what these lap times are. Morgan with a 2:02.5 last lap, and Faf with a 2:03.1. So Faf unfortunately lost a bit of time there. Must have made a mistake or two, but that's alright. Still plenty of time to go. We're only halfway through this race. Plenty of action still to come.
And speaking of action, Speedy Tyres has just set the fastest lap of the race again with a 2:01.335. That is, yeah, that's shut the door and give it a good night pace.
Might as well start calling Max Verstappen because he's going to win by a landslide.
Yep. Oh no! He's had a big oh.
The commentator's curse, it affects him. If we keep talking about him, he might spin.
Oh, that was scary to watch him as he went through Verbano there. Clipped the grass and the rear end just went absolutely sideways on him.
Yeah. Now, one question I've been asking myself, watching these guys do laps here, will they go for a pit stop? Because tyres are wearing, and will they make it to the end of the race the way they are? Because already the car, very loose rear end, like when the tyres are fresh. When the tyres go off, I'd hate to imagine what it's like to drive. It would be just atrocious for lack of better terminology, with no rear tyres.
Yeah, and one big thing about this is the fact that each round passes, there's going to be a new car, and there's going to be a wide array of cars to drive, and a lot of these guys that might struggle in the F8 tonight, they might actually go out and have a real crack in another type of car. They might like a front-wheel drive car or something else that's they're more up their street. So a lot of these guys down towards the back, they might get in something, say, like a Toyota SFR or, I don't know, Renault Clio, and really show what they've got.
Very much so. This car here, at least in my opinion, it definitely takes a lot of skill and experience to an extent to drive and drive quickly, I feel. So everyone in this grid who's keeping out of the wall and just keeping going is doing a good job, and no one can take that away from them. But yeah, very much so. There are a lot of different cars in this game here, Gran Turismo 7s. Like you said, your SFR concepts, even down to like your Renault Clios, smaller like Mini Coopers. They might be better suited to that and might do well there. This is very much a trial by fire for a few of the new community drivers and for some of our experienced S1 drivers, as Killer finds the wall again, brings it out, but that's okay.
Yep, and just watching this battle for the 10th position at the moment between Stranger, Hellcat, Renegade and Cutaway Post. And Cutaway's just been absolutely boxed in. Oh, a little bit of a bump there from Renegade. Stranger won't take too kindly to that, especially the fact that car is looking very second-hand at the moment. As a little bit of a love tap there from Renegade. And
yep, I think the Ferrari spare parts dealership is going to be making a mint tonight here in Lago Maggiore.
Yep, we're not too far from the Ferrari hometowns as well, Modena and Maranello. I believe a couple of hours away. Wonder what Cutaway Post is going to do here. Is he just going to sit behind and let these guys go as he runs a little bit wide? It's a car that really you've got to respect. You've got to really just look after it and really not push it too hard, as Dobrev has actually caught back up to the good doctor at the moment. 1.7 seconds now. That gap is slashed.
Yeah, I was about to say it myself. I'm looking at lap times between the two cars. It's for the most part has been in the last 2 or 3 laps that Dobrev has started making gains, and yet he is making some serious time up now. If he can just keep his rhythm up and not make any mistakes himself, Dobrev in for a shout for P7 here.
I just want to keep my eyes on this battle for 10th position at the moment between Hellcat, Renegade and Cutaway, because this is just these spicy little meatball. These guys have thrown door panels at each other, as you can see the Hellcat has just bumped Renegade to Kingdom Come. And what it's done is it's set Cutaway. Oh, they both run wide, Renegade and Cutaway. Coming up to corner Capo, they both ran very, very wide on the exit of Curve Alpha and weren't able to save it.
Like synchronised off, as some people may call it.
That was...
Also, looking ahead as well, I just want to say, the battle for P3 is starting to pick up. Gap between Heafy and Woody is now 1 second.
Ooh.
We could have a battle here for the last step on the podium.
Yep. As I wonder what Woody's going to do here, because he can't go too defensive against Heafy. There's 5 minutes left. There's still plenty of time.
Also, just looking at the cars as well, can confirm as Killer spun out again at corner Capo, I believe, or just before it. Tyre wear is becoming a factor for these guys. Very much the rear tyres, and for some of the cars here, the fronts are starting to get a bit of wear. And I think those lap times are starting to slow because of it. Speedy tyres, your leader for example, best time 201.3, last lap 202.4. He's lost a second in the course of 3 laps.
Ooh. Yeah. So the gap between Speedy and John at the moment, 7.5 seconds. Doesn't look like it's getting any bigger, but it doesn't look like he's not really coming back as John. So Speedy is, you can see, just going sideways through Lambrusco there. Yeah, he's lost a lot of time. He's gone wide there too in the entrance to Corsa. Just looks like that, yeah, Speedy's just struggling a little bit. There's a yellow flag ahead. I dare say that's for Killer on the loose, who's had another spin and a rough night for the Lightning Motorsports driver.
Yep. Unfortunately, he may get lapped in this race, but that's alright. It means you don't have to make your tyres last as long.
And it looks like the gap between the Good Doc and Dobrev has really closed in now. just under a second there for a split second. It's gone out to 1.3. If I know the good doctor, he'll be relishing a battle with an old friend like this.
Very much can you see we have 3 minutes to go on the clock, which are up to about 2 laps here of racing action. It's very nice, actually. Nice 10-lap race around Lago Maggiore. That's a nice round, even number. The gap now less than a second between Dobrev and Good Doc. Dobrev, nice, deep on the brakes, but unfortunately can't pull up enough to make some time. This is going to be interesting to see.
And this is that part of the race where you think to yourself, you know, what's his weaknesses? As Good Doc runs very, very wide there, takes a completely different line, and that should comprehend his corner exit, which will just only help Dobrev here, who will be in the tow as well.
Rightio, coming down here. Second to last lap here at the first race of tonight's action. Gap now 7/10, less than 7/10 of a second. Very much Dobrev is in slipstream range coming down the NASCAR if he can keep his nose clean through the Verbano, I'm sure you can correct me there, Karen, if I'm wrong. Chicane.
Yep. Yeah, Verbano.
Cool. How right the first time? I should have trusted me gut. Gap now. Play the Good Doc. Got really good around the chicane.
Very wide though.
Brought that gap out from 0.6 of a second up to a second. Gets air on the way to NASCAR. Turns it in. Powers out. Very nice work.
So, I think we're going to have, one more lap out of this.
Yeah, I think unfortunately Heafy must have made a mistake. The gap between him and Woody is now at 2.3 seconds. However, Woody has also made a mistake and has got himself another 0.5 second penalty.
We'll have to start calling him CP penalty at this stage, in honour of Chase.
I think the name's already taken, but we call him dis penalty maybe.
Yep, dispen.
Dispen, done deal. Dispen 1, cool, easy peasy.
Yeah, Morgan's not really been able to make any inroads whatsoever on Heafy. Heafy's pretty bloody quick to be hanging around these guys, and Faft as well.
Looking at Morgan's car though, he is lighting up those rear tyres at every chance he can get, and I think he'd be very happy to race in 25 minutes, otherwise he'd probably be coming home on just rims.
Yeah.
With a little bit of string hanging out.
And he's one of those drivers as well that absolutely loves a slidey rear end. As the Good Doctor now, that gap under a second between he and Dobrev. This is the battle of the moment. You can tell Good Doctor's really struggling at the moment because Dobrev's just able to take better lines. He's really closing up that gap in the slightly foggy Lago Maggiore at the moment. The weather's just started to really turn around.
It's a little bit overcast here in the Italian countryside, but that's alright. There's no problem at all. Nothing wrong with a bit of cloud cover to increase the grip on the track.
Yeah, and it's we're on the Italian side of the lake, which is nice. So the Swiss side, of course, a little bit cooler, right by the edge of the Alps. As it looks like this might be the final lap. And Good Doc and Dobrev. Oh, Good Doc's run very wide again. He's just over a second clear though, and we'll jump back up the front. Speedy tyres, crosses the line in P1.
Yep, Killer and Loose there, 1 lap down in P13. John in P2 there, very nice job. Ended up being 6 seconds behind Speedy.
Oh, look at Woody, he's just struggling out of Corsa there.
Very loose there from everyone coming down to the finish line. Woody P3, Heafy P4, Morgan P5. Faff now coming down P6. Nice, quiet race, but got the chocolates, that's what matters. As we got the battle, Dobrev, Good Doc side by side.
Oh, Dobrev's made the move. We've just missed it, so Dobrev's made the move into corner capo. Has the Good Doc got an answer? I don't know. Dobrev runs out a little bit wide. He's on the marbles, though. This is going to give the Good Doc a big, big run. But it looks like Dobrev will hold on. What a battle.
What a battle.
The Stranger recovering after that absolutely gobsmacking war he was in P9. Hellcat is in 10th, but it looks like Renegade's going to go up the inside. Renegade's going to take it on the final corner. Renegade is going to finish P10 on a final corner move. That was beautiful stuff. Hellcat
That
and
was
P in...
lovely.
Oh, Hellcat and P11. Cutaway in P12 as he runs very wide at Corsa. So tyres definitely gone there. And Killer on the loose side by side there with John at P2, I believe he is. Actually, no, he's a lap.
P13.
Yeah, lap down. But massive congratulations does go to Speedy Tyres as well. Whew, what a race that was. So, where do you start from that?
That was just absolutely terrible to watch from everyone there. I've thoroughly enjoyed that. And I cannot wait to see reverse grid. Because with the field there sort of having battles when the grid was set by qualifying, flipping the order now, I reckon we're going to be for some real entertainment here, seeing the guys at the fast at the back trying to power their way through.
Yeah,
oh,
especially
in the words
Speedy.
of Big Kev, I'm excited.
Especially Speedy as well. He'll be chomping at the bit for this. As the good doctors chimed in and said, what a tractor.
Yeah. Also, Levenspiel with tyre and fuel updates. My apologies, mate. I didn't give any in the previous race, but I will admit fuel was an issue and tyres were bound to die. But I'll give you a better update in the next race, mate. Guaranteed.
So we'll just look at the qualifying results now as Speedy Tyres there takes the chocolates. And the fastest lap of the race wins by 6.6 seconds over John. Diswood in P3. Heafy in 4. Morgan in 5th. Fath in 6th. Debrev in P7. The Good Doctor in P8. What a drive from the Good Doctor there. The Stranger in 9th. Renegade in P10 there. With that last corner move, that was just absolutely astonishing to see. Cutaway Post in P11. No, P12, sorry. Hellcat in P11. Cutaway Post in P12. And Killer on the loose, bringing up the rear of the grid. So, where do you start with that? That's, yeah, that was just a spicy little meatball there, Muffin.
That was phenomenal to watch. These guys here putting on another quality race here. And that car is just, it's lovely to see so many Ferraris going around at one time, like, and just absolutely flying down the straights, getting on the anchors really hard, and sort of just gently nudging the car into the corner. It's awesome to watch. I love it.
Yeah, that was great racing as well. And speaking of great racing, of course, Sunday night we have the beginning of the Division 2 and the Division 4 championships. Group B has their turn on Lago Maggiore GP in the beautiful Honda NSX GT500. And, well, it's going to be absolute chaos. The field is looking remarkably entertaining for Div 4. I'm looking very much forward to seeing how that field goes. And there's a couple of big names that are, I reckon, going to be under slight amount of pressure in terms of being able to deliver. And, yeah, who knows what will happen in that field. So, Division 4, you got the likes of Benier, Bogzilla, Debrev, of course, ESR Renegade, who's going to be a raging hot favourite. Diablos is back after having a hardware failure mid-season. And it was a catastrophic one, let me tell you that. Lambinator as well, the Malevolent One's back. Sizzling Sausage is going to be having a crack in Division 4. Snake Eyes, Spitzy, VF, Womble, and of course PD Pops. And hopefully that bad luck curse that PD Pops had at last season is absolutely gone, because I don't think there was a more unlucky bloke last season in Division 4. Now, guys in chat, fire in your comments as well if you've got any picks for this Sunday as to who's going to do well or anything like that. Also, looking at Division 2, the likes of Pat Star and Speedy Snoopy is going to be a big one. I can tell you that right now. I'm very much forward looking to see how Speedy Snoopy goes after a few of the entries into the Community Series, which he did last season. And the Community Series, of course, great way to step into the main game of Sector 1. Then you got the likes of the runner-up for last season in Lunacy, who's going to come into this with a point to prove. Mr. Bumcrack, after winning Division 3 championship, is back in Division 2. Old Wakey, Black Friday, Race Fan, the prospector Dadson, Cruisin' Stickers, Tim Durags, Blind Man's joining Division 2, and of course myself. But what a stacked division that is in terms of talent. Division 2 is probably going to be a very combustible group, I can tell you that much. Looking very much forward to seeing how that goes. Of course, 7 o'clock Sunday night on here on our Sector 1 YouTube channel, and make sure you do subscribe and smash that notification bell as well, guys, so you don't miss a moment of the action. Looking very forward to seeing what that's going to entail, that especially that Division 2 field. That's going to be that's going to be a spicy little meatball. Looking at the chat, Snake Eyes has said, so it steers like a Porsche. Well, he's probably right about that, to be honest. Womble's asked if is there a driver of the day today. We will decide that after Division 2, after the next race, Womble. And of course, looking at a comment from Rebs here, he said reverse grid is going to be wild. I completely agree with that, especially with the fact that all the fast guys are going to realise just how hard these guys... Snake Eyes has just fired in. It's now crash of the day. Oh, no. Anyway, how are we looking, Muff? Are we ready to get underway, or a bit more time?
I think we're just about too good to go. I think, unfortunately, one of our drivers in Hellcat, unfortunately, did have to leave. If he is watching the stream, mate, don't be afraid to jump back in. There's still another race to go. But other than that, the grid is set, and we are all good to go. I'm not sure what happened to Hellcat there, but... yeah, I'm just checking to see with his pit crew where he's gone to. But yeah, like I said, other than that, grid is set. Cars are currently just doing a few quote-unquote practice laps, and by that I mean a lot of spins, a lot of donuts, a lot of tyres getting burnt to oblivion, but that's okay. Sacrificing them to the almighty racing gods. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, exactly right. And not long now until a world of motorsport enters its way into 2024. We've got Formula 1, of course, happening very soon, and V8 supercars aren't too far away either. That's going to be very interesting with all the chaos and lunacy that's happened in the last couple of weeks there. And, oh boy, where do you start with that little spicy meatball? But anyway, I think when you're ready, Muff, we might get underway.
Sounds like a plan to me. Alright, big red button for the last time tonight. Let's give it a push. And here we go.
Alright guys, so strap yourselves in. We are looking very much forward to this one. The reverse grid race here at Lago Maggiore. And, that just flowed off the tongue absolutely beautifully then. So, we're just about to go underway here.
Here we go. Alright. A little bit of this reverse grid here. Killer on the loose and Koei Post on the front row with Renegade and the Stranger right behind them. Nice front four there. Let's see, gets a good launch. They have the 5 lights. Revs are rising. And we are racing here for the last time in the Community Series tonight.
Oh, and there's a big loss of traction there from Morgan Davey off the line. As looks like the Stranger's going to have a big look. He's made contact already.
Yeah, we have one car off. Woody unfortunately found the grass, but it's back on track now. And continuing on. Speedy at the P10. No, make that 11th.
He just got absolutely hip and shouldered in the background there by Renegade, and he's still last at the moment. And I don't think he's going to find any friends in Woody. There's a lot of these guys already going down Checo. Oh, look at this. The battle.
Wide.
Yeah, the battle up the front. Oh, Cutaways just clipped the grass there. Just had a big bump on the good doctor. Stranger's gone wide. Someone else in the background ran very wide then too. I think that might have been Faf.
Yep, Stranger there. Going wide, but getting a position from it. Currently in P2. Killer on the loose. The pole setter. He has spun it. He is gone. Killer on the loose has lost it in the chicane there. Oh, and someone else lost it too. Oh, Debrev. I wonder if that was assisted, but oh my, that was chaos.
Yep. Oh, Faf's gone as well. Faf spun around on the back straight. Absolute anarchy and chaos has ensued already.
Yeah, and here we have 2 current /
Oh, Renegade's gone too.
Everyone's falling apart here in the reverse grid race.
So these guys have felt the pressure.
Just must say, someone that hasn't felt the pressure yet, your guy in P3, John, the bloke who finished second last race, already in a podium spot, with Dunder Heafy right behind him.
And Good Doctor as well, P2 at the moment. This is fantastic little cameo here from the Good Doctor, who's not going to give John any benefits whatsoever here.
Not at all. The battle between Stranger, Good Doghouse versus Blacklight, as, John there, looking at the inside.
Oh, yeah, Good Doctor just ran wide a little bit of a hip and shoulder there for John.
Makes the pass, continues on. As we got
Cutaway scored! Cutaway scored! Oh, he barely missed Renegade too.
And look, I'm just looking at his inputs now. He kept the foot in the whole time. He has got the balls. Well done, big fella.
Look at this top 5, 6, 7 now. Absolutely just entwined within each other, this top 7. As Heafy is now caught up behind Good Doctor. Oh, bit of a biffo there from Heafy on the Good Doc, and there's a little bit of return serve.
Yep, and Morgan now wants a piece of the action. Looks like the inside of Good Doc, gets that pass down before the corner.
Good Doctor setting the fastest lap of the race at the moment. It looks like he might be able to take a 2:02 in terms of lap time, so let's wait and see on that one. But Good Doctor runs very, very wide. It's going to allow Diswood to have a big sniff from the outside of Vivano. I don't quite think he got it done, and it's for Woody. He needs to get it done quickly. But he does have a
penalty.
Yeah, half-second penalty. Oh, this is going to be torture too.
It's going to make him very vulnerable. Speedy's going to fly on past him going into NASCAR here. Or maybe he might just work out for him. It's going to be close. He has held a position. Well done, Woody.
Oh, Woody and Speedy Tyres cannot afford to get too cute here behind the Good Doctor, because these two will cost themselves time by the bucket load at this rate, as Woody just sideways through Curver Alpha.
Yep. Karen, your battle for the podium is really... It's hyping up here. Stranger playing the ultimate defensive game, inspiring the inner Minister of Defence, their inner Pruski within him, making sure that no cars get past him, jumping on the Stranger train, choo-choo.
Yeah, John might just consider wanting to get this move done sooner rather than later, as Heafy and Morgan are doing a little bit of a tango as well.
Yep, John there found the grass, got a bad run onto the main straight here. Heafy looking for him at the inside. Thinks better of it. Oh, no. John's gone very deep. Oh, just barely stopped the car there.
Oh, Morgan, you can tell he wants a piece of this, but these guys cannot afford to get too intense, because it'll only be a matter of seconds before Woody and Speedy Tyres close right up.
Yep, they've currently jumped Good Doc. They've got no other traffic in front of them by that top 4. They're going to start charging on, I feel.
As Speedy Tyres are sideways out of Checo. This top 3 battle looking very strong indeed, and there's another little bit of a battle stirring between Faf and Debrev at the moment. 1.4 seconds. That's going to close up pretty quickly. But it definitely looks like the Stranger's actually able to hold off John here. I wonder if John might be just happy sitting behind for a couple laps just to conserve the tyre a little bit.
That very much could be the case. As we did see in the last race, their tyre wear definitely becomes a factor towards the end, and you'd rather not push too hard too early and use too much of that tyre to make the move. While you've got good track position and while you've got confidence in the car, just take it easy. Wait until later in the race when everyone else starts to suffer, and you can make your moves then.
Oh, Morgan decided to go around the outside of NASCAR on Heafy, and he's got it done! What a move by Morgan Davey! That is
absolutely spectacular.
That is a phenomenal move. Not often do you see people go around the outside of anybody at NASCAR.
It's a very rare occasion, especially in a car with minimal to no downforce like this one, and Morgan has just made it work. I'm not sure how he's done it, but well done, son.
And the thing is, he's only less than a second behind John, so he's not out of the woods just yet. With the Stranger holding station at the front, holding up John might feel like he needs to get this done very quickly as the Stranger runs very wide. John nearly follows him out of the Exeter Corsa, and this might give Stranger the look he needs.
John now. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's okay. We know what you're talking about. John will be inside. Stranger holds onto the outside.
Oh
no.
Oh!
There's massive contact.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
John is now down to P2. Heafy's just... The seas have parted for Heafy. Oh, there's more contact as well. John is getting boxed around here.
He's in the
Heapy's
grass.
gone.
Oh my, what is happening? What is here? What is going on?
Oh my goodness, so the stranger was first. He's now in 6 after a couple of corners. Woody's gone up to P2. He's going to fight John. Speedy Tyres has arrived. Morgan Davey in P3. The race has gone off right now. This is insane stuff.
This is exciting. This is
Oh,
awesome.
John's just given Woody a bit of a love tap. Well, when I say a bit of love tap, that was more of a proper hip and shoulder, that was.
Yep, that was definitely a no lube type tap there as they go side by side through the inner chicane down to the back straight here. 4 cars in the line. I wonder if a slipstream will play a part here and what happens in the NASCAR.
And you can tell Speedy Tyres wants to get this done as quick as he can.
Oh, let's see, all the cars get air going down. Morgan, look at the inside. Thinks better of it for now. Woody, though. Oh, Morgan, bit of hip and shoulder. Woody.
Yep, that's Woody dropped down. So Morgan now in the lead of this race, and we've still got 15 minutes or 12 minutes to go. This is insane stuff.
I'm not sure about you, but I'm definitely losing my voice before this race is gone if it continues on the way it is. And now, because of the action and all the fighting, Stranger's back in the battle. Heafy's back in the battle.
Oh, John sideways through corner capo there, barely held out. And Speedy Tyres,
your top 3, separated by a sheet of paper.
Yeah, they're all within QE of each other, and make no bones about it, they will fight for the last sausage in the pack.
Oh my, going down to this first corner, no one's really close enough to make a move unless it's one of the biggest dives of the century, except for Stranger and Heafy, who are going side by side in the background. Stranger around the outside, can he do it?
Oh, no, he can't, he's just gone a bit wide. Heafy was sideways trying to save that as well. He's done a great job, but looks like John and Morgan, this might not be over just yet. And John just shows the nose a little bit, just gives Morgan a little bit of a touch-up. Speedy goes through as well. And if I'm John, I do not want Speedy to make positions like this.
Definitely not. Morgan on the outside though, breaks really deep, really squirmy. Gets a better run on the exit of the corner, holds the position. If he can keep his foot in, Morgan can maintain P2 here, but can't do it unfortunately. Goes to P3 for now.
Oh boy. These guys are wriggling and squirming about like a caterpillar, and it's getting tight at the top. 0.6 of a second here. John's got to go. He's got to find something. Speedy Tyres. He's got the pace to keep up. As they run very wide. Woody hits the wall, smacks it hard.
Manages to keep control of the car there. Doesn't lose too much time. Right now, John is going to be becoming the Australian Minister of Defence here. Oh, he's going to be defending every corner to the best of his ability, because once Speedy gets in front, that'll be nearly game over, I feel.
And I know for a fact as well, John will not be afraid to defend as hard as he can for this. Wait and see.
We've been paying a lot of attention to this battle at the front here, which is very entertaining, but I do feel we should give some attention to those towards the other side of the grid there. Currently right now, P12 and P11, Cutaway and Renegade having a bit of a battle here, 1 second separating them. Was a bit closer a couple of laps ago, but unfortunately Renegade's been fortunate to start falling back a bit. We've got Killer on the loose, P9, Good Doc P8 separated by 1.5 seconds. Bit of a gap there, but one little mistake from Good Doc and very much could be a nice ding-dong battle between these two, and I know these two like to have a good scrap.
And good recovery so far from Faf as well, up to P7. He's got to find 5.4 seconds to the Stranger. And Heafy, after that little mistake at Ariette, has cost him from, he just taken the lead. Or did he just take the lead? I think he was either first or second, one of the two. But either way, this battle
he was towards the front, so I need to know.
This battle up the front, Diswood's got the fastest lap of the race at the moment with a 2:02.1, but I feel like at any given moment, Speedy Tyres could easily take that away from him.
Yeah, I feel like it could be this lap the way things are going. Speedy right on the back of John. Oh, going on a NASCAR. John's going to have to defend this one, I feel.
Yeah, John's going to have to get the elbows out here. And I don't quite think Morgan Davies got the pace to hang with them.
Especially if they fight though, Morgan will be back in there in no time.
Yeah. And I think that's what he's counting on as well, because we know that the tyres on Morgan's car is Speedy Tyres decides to make the move. Runs up the inside of NASCAR. John gives him plenty of room. Gets it done.
But John gets a better exit. Can he keep the momentum? No, he cannot.
Well, he's actually got to hit the brake lights there to avoid contact. Good little bit of sportsmanship there.
Nice. Oh, John, sideways. Nice little drift there. Oh, into the next corner. Okay. Lost a bit of time there, unfortunately, which is let Speedy go, I feel. But now, Morgan and John. Round 2, I guess you could call it. Round 3, I'm not sure which round we're up to now.
Well, they don't want to let Speedy get away with this at the moment. I feel like if Morgan's wise enough, he will just sit behind for a couple of minutes and see if John can stay in the tow. If not, he might try and make a move then.
Right. And while just had Speedy Tyres at the fastest lap of the race there with 202.1, now it's really a good time to give you guys a fuel and tyre update. That took me way too long to get out. So your fuel and tyre update brought to you by APR Automotive, I believe, if that's the correct sponsor I'm thinking of. Speedy Tyres in P1, drift around every corner, which is just lovely to see. Fuel, plenty of it. He could drive a track another 60 minutes if he wanted to and be just fine. Tyres, fronts, a little bit wear, nothing too bad, but the rears, they're probably about 25% gone. Very much has to conserve them a bit now, I feel. As the battle between Morgan and John heating up.
Yeah, Morgan's just giving him a little bump up the inside, but he's got it done. But the move was definitely on there.
Yeah, right, yeah. While he got to settle him back into position, going on with the tyre and fuel update. Morgan Davey P2, same sort of front tyre wear as Speedy in front, but rears, I should say as well, pretty dead on to be honest with you. John just behind, used a bit less rear, used a bit more front, but overall pretty similar. Woody used a bit more of everything as he served his half-second penalty and doesn't lose too much time. That's very good there from Woody. Heathy there, P5 currently, about the same tyre and fuel as the podium places at this point in time. Very good car beneath him. Stranger, same again, used a bit less front, but overall same again. Faf in P7 absolutely wringing the neck out of that car. Used a bit less front, used a bit more rear compared to the guys leading the race currently. So he's giving everything he's got to try and catch up to the leaders as he goes for a nice drift there. Oh, that's going to make for a good photo coming into the race here. Oh, he's doing more of it. Oh, I can't get off him now. Alright, sorry. Going back to Killer now in P8. Currently, best tyres in the field, probably the best fuel as well. Bringing about maybe 20% used on the rears and not too much used on the fronts. Good Doc in P9. He has really been banging this car. Tyres currently the worst off I've seen. Nothing too bad. He can make it into the race, but he might be very careful with that right pedal in the last few laps here. Debrev P10. Once again, his tyre wear, both in the previous race and this one, has been really good. Hasn't used too much tyre at all. Probably better than the guys leading the race currently. And Renegade in P11, as I say that, he has got the best tyre wear I've seen. He's used nothing of those fronts and rears. Absolutely baby in the car, which in track position doesn't reflect how good a job he's doing with those tyres. He's doing a great job. And Cutaway in P12, sort of matching the cars leading the race. Used a bit less rear than the cars leading, but overall, pretty similar car.
Looks like Speedy Tyres has been able to get away by 2.5 seconds clear now of John, who, there's something has happened because Morgan Davey is well and truly back now in P4.
Yep, just looking here, it must have been a mistake this lap. Look at the lap times. Morgan has been completely fine with his times, all the laps previously. Just saying, he's done something here. May have gone wide at T1 or possibly at the bottom hairpin there. And we'll have to wait and see.
We do know these guys are in a party chat with each other, quite a few of them. Decided to get behind the wheel tonight and just enjoy themselves a little bit, especially after Division 1 and Division 3 last weekend as this went sideways through Corner Capo there. And we know that they've been chatting a little bit and yeah, they seem pretty relaxed about this one, especially John. So Woody just out of Lambrusco there just catches the grass and it looks like he's starting to struggle with the rear end a little bit.
Certainly is a little bit, but still less than a second to John in front of him. He might have a little bit of a whiff of that slipstream, trying to pull him back along. Right now, this battle for the second step on the podium, I would not say it's done, in which Morgan, he is really hoping that Woody catches up and these guys go side by side for a few corners, because he'll be right back in it if that's the case. Same with Heafy right behind him, who's made a good comeback. Really sort of fell off the back there initially, but has made a good comeback now to start challenging for the podium.
Tell you what though,
He's in the fight.
yeah, tell you what though, as stranger as I was about to say, he's not out of this by any stretch of the imagination if they get really serious, but he's got a half-second penalty, which will bring him back to Faf. Not much though.
Very much. Oh, well, I think there's a car getting very loose there at the chicane, it sounded like. It might have been Woody. Yes, Woody made a major mistake there. Gap to John has increased to 1.5 seconds. Gap to Morgan has decreased to about a second now. The last step on the podium is up for grabs here for Morgan.
Yeah, but it looks like they don't have much time left. If we saw, we've got 2 laps left. They're not going to be running at a hotter pace than they were last race. Last race, the fastest lap was a 2:01.2. Don't quite think we're going to see the times like that from Speedy, especially this late in the race.
100%. Tyres, unfortunately, have seen their best days. At this point now, it's just about bringing the car home. Not about going being a hero and setting the fastest lap for any of these guys.
So it looks like at the moment, I'd say the battle between Morgan and Heafy would probably be the closest battle in the field at the moment. It looks like Heafy is just struggling a little bit just late. The car looks very settled compared to Morgan though. We know what Morgan's like though. He loves that floaty rear end. He actually seems to get quicker as the tyre wears out a little bit. He's able to control those slides a bit better than most.
Yeah. If we're going to watch a battle though, in my opinion, having to look no further than the battle for P9 between Good Doc and the Brev. It's them going round 2 once again. Gap is 0.4 of a second and decreasing. I wonder if the Brev can do another last lap lunge
and
get the position of...
Oh, Good Doctor goes very defensive. It looks like the Brev's going to have a look up the inside. Is he going to? Oh.
Nah, thinks better of it, realising that wasn't the moment, wasn't the time. Still though, he is there. Good Doc knows it. This battle is far from over.
Yep, and it looks like one more lap to go, less than a second between them. Will we see a repeat of what happened last race?
I'm keen to see it.
Oh, I want to see what if Good Doctor can get the last laugh here. As we'll just give Renegade a little bit of TV time. In P11. Cutaway post in P12. These guys have had a pretty rough run, so to speak.
That's alright though, it's okay. It's not about just finishing first, it's about just finishing. Having a good time. It's a community series after all. It's not about being the fastest person on track, it's just about going there, having a good time, doing some clean, hard racing. That's what we come here for. As long as they have a good time and enjoy themselves, that's all we can ask for. As Good Doc, just watching him there, going absolutely sideways into that bottom hairpin. Manages to keep the car straight, but used a fair bit of tyre in doing so.
We might go back up to the front now because coming up to Connor Capo now, and Speedy tyres being the class above all evening. The rear end is definitely starting to struggle with it now. He's sideways through Connor Capo and Lambrusco.
I'm getting flashbacks here to Sydney Motorsport Park 2013, I think it was, at the end of the wet race there.
Oh yeah.
Kizzy, Wingcup, Mostert all drifting in the last lap, or the in-lap I should say. Checker flag there for Speedy Tyres. P1, the grand slam in this community series. John P2, very good job from him there. Woody in P3.
Oh,
consistent podium once again.
Oh,
Morgan in P4.
Oh, the Stranger had Heafy there, so I reckon there was a little bit of contact. The Stranger caught up pretty well there. And Faf,
very correct.
Faf in P7. Look at the smoke pouring off that right rear.
Drifting Ferraris, mate. You can almost swear in Saudi Arabia.
So we're coming up the last corner now, and it looks like there's going to be a last corner lunge here from Dobrev. He's absolutely been able to hip and shoulder his way through, I think.
Gets the move done as Good Doc. Oh, loses it there. Oh no.
Oh no.
On the front straight.
So is he going to be able to get it into gear? Oh, he might not.
Oh,
Oh, you
out,
might.
here we
Oh,
go.
Renegade's going to take P11 or P10. And
Yeah.
Cutaway Post going to take P11 here? Oh, he's run very
Oh,
wide
it's going to be...
himself. Oh,
Oh, let's see what happens, though. It's close. It's going to be close.
oh.
Oh, it's going to be cutaway post P11 by a tenth of a second.
Good dock in P12, but massive congratulations does go to Speedy Tyres there, taking the chocolates for that one. And, well, fair to say that he's probably got hacks on.
Very much so. The alien hacks, as some people may call it.
What a race that was, seriously. That was great fun. But there was chaos and anarchy everywhere you looked for a little bit. But we'll just gloss over the results now. Speedy Tyres on the top step there with a remarkable stint last to first. But I dare say he was helped by the carnage that followed. John in P2, Diswood in P3, Morgan 4th, Heafy in 5th, The Stranger in 6th. A great drive. Especially to be involved in that front battle pack. Faf in P7 on a great recovery drive. Killer on the Loose in P8. Debrev in 9th. Renegade 10th. Cutaway Post 11th. Good Doctor there, bringing up the rear. And the fastest lap of the race was from Speedy Tyres with a 2:01.77 But that is round 1 of the Community Series. Run and done. Whew. What a night.
That was awesome, awesome, awesome. There's no other word I can use to describe it. That was fantastic to watch and commentate on. But I feel like we should do it. We have to do it. Everyone who's still here in the chat, watching the stream, chuck in there your driver of the day. Because I think, in my opinion, as much as I want to give it to Speedy for doing the old Grand Slam here in the Sector 1 Community Series, I've got to give it to Heafy. He did a great job all night. Nice, consistent driving. Consistent top fives. Well done to him. He's got my driver of the day nod.
Yeah, I think I'm going to let chat have a bit of a decision on this one. Of course, Womblett has fired in with his driver of the day. He stepped it up a notch. He's doing it in the Community Series now, which is pretty impressive. So, good doc COTD. So, I don't know what that is from Snake Eyes. I might just brainstorm about that one.
Crash of the day, I'm going to speculate.
Yeah, probably. Good job, John and Woods from Isuzu Brian there. Diswood has said, give it to Bono for the tyres.
That's fair. I can respect that.
Debrev, driver of the day. Good Doctor has said, push to pass. Oh, God. TG Beaver said, brilliant race, very entertaining, well done. Thank you, Beaver, for the positivity after that chaos that we saw in race 2. Mr. Bumcracker said, hey, hey, hey. And just, oh, wow. And Snake Eyes even said more hits than Taylor Swift for that one.
Well, that's what you get here in the Community Series. Do keep the racing clean, but everyone likes to have a good time. It's good when people can get out there, and even though motorsport is supposed to be a non-contact sport, it is good to see when people can make contact and still continue racing, still having a good time. It just sort of gives a sense of relaxation to it. Everyone's just having fun with it. You know, a little bit of scratch here and a little bit of paintwork loss, trading paint. It's fine. It's all good fun.
I'm actually deciding I'm going to give my driver of the day to a man that in the first race got absolutely boxed, and the second race more than held his own in that battle up the front. I'm going to give it to the Stranger. So
that's a very fair nod.
Yep.
Very fair nod.
So looking at the comments as well, Beavers said driver of the day, John. Faf has said Sector 1 or D1 tonight with that car. Speedy Tyres, Lewis Hamilton, Ferrari driver of the day. Most spectacular race this season from Snake Eyes. We've only had 2 races so far. We've got plenty more action to come.
Well, look, that's not a good sign, Blee, if the Div 1 and Div 3 guys cannot, supersede the Community Series, then definitely us in Div 1 and the guys in Div 3 got some work to do, I feel, to put on a better show. We'll bring it back better for you next time, Snake Eyes, if I can get that out.
So, speaking of next time as well, so this Sunday night at 7 o'clock, Australian Daylight Saving Time, of course. Make sure you check your clock, Queenslanders and West Aussies. We know you're watching. We've got Group B of Lago Maggiore, round 1. Some serious championship contenders there. Bumcrack stepping up from Division 3 to Division 2, and a lot of big names in that one. That's going to be a spicy little meatball. And of course, the what I'd say the most entertaining division of all, Division 4. A lot of big names that are in that one now, and with Revs stepping up in Division 3, the championship is definitely wide open. We're going to see a lot of guys be able to fight in that one, and I think it's going to be, some absolute drama in that one, in a car that it's already difficult to drive. So Division 4 are definitely going to have to be on their A game and make sure that they are, it's basically going to be a war of attrition if we earned anything from last weekend. But then after that, of course, Group A from the Red Bull Ring for round 2 in a couple of weeks. Not this weekend, next weekend, but that'll be an interesting one itself. Our first race with weather enabled, and I can tell you right now, weather at Spielberg for the next weekend is looking very, very peachy. So looking very much forward to that. Any final words, Muff, before we close off for tonight?
I was just going to say thank you to yourself, Karen, for joining me here in the Cons Box and for being the most magnificent streamer in the Cons Box tonight. And thank you to everyone that came by and did some racing, did a bit of driving, had a bit of fun. And thank you to everyone at home that took some time out of that Thursday night to watch us here do a bit of racing and commentate on it. And if you're new here or not part of the Sector 1 Sim Racing Discord server already, feel free to jump in. What's the word? There should be a link in the description. That's what I'm looking for. Feel free to jump in, say good day, and in 2 weeks' time, we'll be doing the community series again from the Red Bull Ring with the car yet to be announced. But I'm sure if a stranger is going to be picking it, considering what he's done for this first round, next round should be a cracker. But thank you as always, and that is one last thing from me. Sayonara.
Yep, I'm going to sign things off now, and massive thank you to every single person who watched the stream tonight. It was absolutely fantastic. We got 26 viewers at One Stage Community Series. Good, that's very good numbers. So thank you to everyone who watched, smashed the like button. Really got involved in the chat. Chat was beautiful tonight. Massive thanks to all the drivers for giving us their time on this beautiful Thursday night. We know it's a bit difficult every now and again to give us the time to get behind the wheel, especially those that are either new to the community series or those who have stepped back a little bit, likes of the Good Doctor and stuff like that. So big thank you guys to the drivers for stepping in. Massive thanks to yourself as well, Muffin, for giving your time up to the community series race directing.
Anytime, mate. Always love doing this. It's always good fun to commentate and direct the community series, mate. It's lovely. Absolutely love it.
And, of course, don't forget Sunday night with Group B here at Lago Maggiore. It's going to be another action-packed race. But, of course, I am Karen, a.k.a. Brent, signing off for tonight. You've been watching the Sector 1 Community Series. Enjoy your night, guys. And, as always, I'm going to eat Ferrero Rocher donuts in peace. Good night, everybody.